Greetings and welcome, one and all. It is time for Brony Dungeons and Dragons.
What happened?
Quite a bit happened.
So, yes, gonna get this out of the way immediately. Good news and bad news. Good news is Claire has a great job now.
Woo!
Bad news is her new schedule is completely incompatible with our campaign, and so she can't play anymore.
This makes me really sad. I miss my Claire.
A moment of silence. A moment of silence for
silence.
So, yes.
Not getting any deader. Moving on.
It's oh gosh, and so yeah, it's made things a little bit complicated for me, but I have recovered, and the story is back on track.
Woo!
So by recovered, you've managed to find a way to have Sweetie die in a way that, Rose die in a way that'll tug at all our heartstrings and send us into an emotional spiral of despair.
Like every week.
I ain't telling.
Exactly.
He's not telling us, guys, so we're just gonna have to roll with the punches.
What you experienced,
like what I did last time.
that was a thing that happened in our D&D lives, and Amber may or may not be in trouble. We have no idea.
Oh yeah. She disturbed the wasp's nest, so to speak.
Oh gee, if you think that was disturbing the wasp's nest, be prepared.
Be prepared!
It's not gonna be in the Lion King remake movie and I'm still salty about!
Oh no! I'm so mad about that!
It's not a live action remake if it's all CG!
I have no words. Anyways.
So just ignore the live action remake and continue watching the animated one. It's still there.
I fully intend to.
Oh, yeah,
the remake does not exist for me.
Hey, remember that game we used to play?
We keep doing this today.
I know!
Because we miss each other, we like to talk.
Well, oh my gosh.
Help us, game! Now, please!
We're being too friendly!
Rick, so I think I'm just gonna yeah, so while I'm getting things set up, earlier today I was talking with Shay and I mentioned how often we go on tangents. And I warned him that as soon as I told him that, it was all he was going to notice.
And he's right!
Social.
Your friendship is based on tangents.
Bliss,
I'd rather it be based on
you have
tangents
no
than
idea how right you are. Anyway, game, please. Yes, now, thank you.
Alright, here we go. Okay, in the zone.
Let's go.
Still reeling at the event in Stygia, the party's journey through the fetid landscapes of Malbolge was full of tension. After staying the night in the mansion, Arkoth and Hana had an argument about trust, which eventually led to her fleeing in the night. The next morning, Ravis gave the party information on Lolth and let slip his true nature. In pursuit of Hana, they came across Glazia's palace. They began to snoop around and found Glazia's bedroom. It contained a retrospective, detailing how she and the King of Direction became lovers, and that she was the one behind the creation of Sanctify the Wicked. Afterwards, tensions between Amber and Ravis cracked to the point where they came to blows. Owen stepped in and placed Ravis under a permanent sleeping spell. Afterwards, the party was attacked by retrievers of Lolth, and Rose was petrified. The further down they go, the worse things seem to get.
Mommy!
Come on.
I'm sorry, it's just these recaps always make me realize it's like, we've got so much.
Oh, okay, so we are on there.
Sitting up.
Well, it wasn't sure if we...
good.
Row, row, row your boat. Okay.
Okay, you continue your journey on the river Styx. The white and purple fog blankets you in a quiet, soft embrace. Thoughts leap unbidden to your minds, this is a safe place. Nothing bad is going to hurt you. Just be calm and listen to the clockwork growing. And you feel compelled to listen to these thoughts. What do you do?
I believe I still have a pouch that I need to open.
Yeah. Indeed you do. Glazia, if you remember from the last session, Glazia gave Thurin a small pouch.
Yep.
Yes, and she said specifically don't open until we're on the river, and look where we are.
Rolling.
No, stop.
Rolling down the river.
Hate it! I kill you!
Souls make up a river.
Oh my
Ben?
goodness, stop.
Hey, I was going for the
Be on
CC
that
armor.
list.
She went for what?
Tina
Turner.
Turner.
Anywho,
But I have to make a will save not to throw Jalaram overboard.
Anyway, pouch, open it. Be quiet.
okay, so you open it and you find this strange circular orb.
Ooh.
Oh
Huh.
my. This is beautiful.
Interesting.
And you also find a piece of paper.
Okay, let's give a look at this.
Is that the luminous orb from Pokemon?
No, it's not.
No, looks like somebody made it in Photoshop.
It was beautiful.
It is
Yeah.
beautiful.
No, trust me, I'd recognize it if it was the luminous orb.
We are
First
not
time
going
how
on
to
another
make these
tangent.
things.
Moving on.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, she brought a Pokemon.
All right,
I know.
and-
I had to. That's why I had to nip it in the butt. Anyway,
Anywho,
note.
You're so hyper aware of tangents now.
Yeah, see, I warned.
That's
I
all they're
shouldn't
gonna
have-
notice.
I shouldn't have said anything.
It's actually
No, you
well,
shouldn't.
to be fair, it's more because I know that some of you guys have a limited time window today. So
Hey, what's the
be
note?
Yeah,
Right.
I'll read it. I'll read it. Sorry to cut our meeting short. It seems the Spader has caught on to my little scheme to sabotage his soul factory. Oh well, dear little Simmy does me so proud, though it would have been better if she had stretched it out for a few more decades. Mortals are so hasty. Enclosed is an astral diamond. You can only find these on the outer planes and where there is intense pressure. As such, the only places these exist are the elemental planes of fire and earth, Celestia, Arcadia, Bitopia, Gehenna,
Gehenna.
the Abyss, and Bator. They are finer and purer than regular diamonds. This means that they can endure more and can, therefore, be used for stronger magic. Like any parent worth their salt, I want my child to be happy. My children to be happy. All of my children. I've loved Jem from the day she was born, and I treasure every moment we've had. When my children managed to escape from Asmodeus, I naively thought that I could have my family back. I could be a mother again. Asmodeus's tortures had ruined any tolerance she might have had down here. As soon as she got the chance, Jem stole some of my Styx coins and fled. When I looked into her eyes as I gave chase, I saw only fear and pain. It wasn't the look a daughter gives her mother. It was the look a prisoner gives their captor. Jem demonstrated that she can no longer be happy living in hell, living as we do. All hopes of us being a family again are lost. I won't lie, my heart still aches. What is that sound that I'm hearing in my headset?
I don't hear anything.
It sounded like it was coming
All I
from
hear is,
one of
other than you, it's just the background music that I hear.
I thought somebody was like rubbing on their microphone or something. Sorry.
Nope.
You're good.
Jaminia took advantage of my hesitation and managed to escape Stygia, where she was captured by Levistus and turned into a stone statue. It is why I had you to dispose of him, to get him out of the way to rescue my daughter. And now I have no idea where Jaminia is or if she's safe. My father has hurt me for the last time. I won't disclose all my plans, but I will say I need allies and time. It is why I asked you to help place Fierna on the throne of Phlegathos. Make no mistake, there will be a reckoning. But first things first, save her. Don't let her come back here ever again. Eternally yours, Archduchess of Malboge, Princess of Devils, former Queen of Directian, Glazia Malum. P.S. This letter will burn itself in 1 second, and I immediately drop the paper when I read that.
Amber grabs her and pulls her back.
Yeah, I mean, yes. As soon as you let go of it, the letter just kind of catches fire.
At least it didn't explode.
This isn't Inspector Gadget.
Self-destruct.
Okay, Amber's struggling not to look at the orb right now because
Faye puts it back in the bag and ties it right back up.
Okay. So Jaminia doesn't want to stay here. Can't say I blame her.
Pop quiz. Is anyone surprised by that notion?
No.
Yeah. Out of character, since when has the phrase, "I can't believe this person doesn't want to stay in hell," ever been uttered until now?
And
Fine,
just going back into character, I understand this is a horrible place. I can't fathom in anyone's mortal right mind would want to stay here. But that is her mother. And she's hurt by what her mother has done, or I'm still backing Jaminia regardless of what her mother thinks. Former Queen of Directian or not, Jaminia is the Queen of Directian now, and I will support the Queen.
Oh, you'll hear no argument from me, but not because she's Queen. I just want to save my friend. I want to bring her out of this place.
She's the Queen of Directian, but more importantly, she's the Queen of our hearts, too.
Ah!
Out of character.
And now Ramus's fake foot knocked him out.
Fucking sugar-coated marshmallow cinnamon rolls. Stopping.
All right.
Goodness.
You all feel something scrape the underside of the boat.
Ah!
And a small rumble comes from underneath the waters of the Styx.
Oh boy.
Charon, what was that?
He points to the water.
Okay, I'm gonna do a spot check.
Oh, you don't. Oh, this doesn't require a spot check.
Okay, then I just peek over.
All right, you peek over. You see a shadowy figure lurks under the water, stretching twice as long as Karen's boat. A pair of glowing yellow eyes start looking around, and then they fixate on Faye Thurin.
Huh?
Back, honey.
Faye, get behind us. Get in the center.
Faye is, I'm scooting as close to the center of the boat as possible, and I'm pulling Lucid over to me as well.
Yeah. You hear Karen's deep voice rumble. You have sworn on the Styx. She is watching you.
She?
Who?
The Styx.
There's... Oh, it's like a living...
Hold on, I'll roll a knowledge arcana.
I think it'd be planes.
Or planes. I know what I'm going to do. My mouth doesn't, though.
Nice one.
All right. You start thinking back, and you're not entirely sure how the Styx was created. A lot of the sources are very, very vague and very, very loose, and a lot of them are very contradictory. But what all of them seem to agree on is that the Styx is more than what it seems.
Uh-huh.
Well, regardless, I meant what I said, and I did not make that vow lightly.
You see Arkov kind of nervously rubbing his hand. So, if I had to surmise a guess, I'd say that's some sort of enforcer. Watching you to make sure that you keep your promise.
That's quite fine by me.
Yeah. We have faith that she'll do what must be done.
Not doing it for her.
You do it for her.
So you're saying you faith?
I love Gravity Falls.
Anyway,
Claire's not here.
I know, it's an honorable memory.
Freaking.
so quick question. Do you know what we're going to be... Does anyone here know what we're going to be facing? At least in terms of the Archdevil?
Can't say that I do.
Arkoth?
Arkoth shrugs. I honestly don't know. I only was really concerned about my lair, and I mean, occasionally the things around it. I don't know what we're going up against next.
Well, can't hurt. Well, we can't hurt to. Well, Faye, would anything on Maladomini? Well, okay, you would know. Yikes.
You were for some. It's like it was when you were started reading as much of the Nine Hells as you could. You remember being You don't know why, but you remember being strangely fixated and interested by Maladomini, and you remember things like a strange forest where a strange forest of violence, and you also remember something about devilish debauchery.
And Faye would be interested in this?
Like,
okay.
Debauchery in the sense of devilish debauchery in the sense of there was a very secret way that you had to get into it, and you kind of surveyed over the chapter a lot just to try and find out, but then but it was very vague. You just kind of got bored and skipped it.
Faye, getting bored by a book? Who are you?
I know, I'm trying to figure out... to be
wrong.
fair, during those months, her concentration was scattered all over the place. So.
Okay, I used the wrong word. Not bored, or frustrated.
There you go.
There you go.
That's
Bricks.
believable.
Well, interesting.
Faye kind of stares down at the bottom of the boat. She's a little embarrassed by the fact that a part about debauchery held her interest, and she just had to admit it.
Well, okay, I suggest we,
Archive kind of shrugs. Well, we already passed the layer of lust, so I think you're in the clear.
So, would this be the layer of gluttony, or...?
I would assume we passed that when we dealt with the Spater.
She said specifically the forest of violence.
Oh.
Raph? That's the next closest thing. Okay, whatever. Anyway, we should probably set up camp as soon as we get to the layer. Set up camp.
Indeed. Have you ever noticed how much we say "indeed" in this campaign?
Almost as much as I say, if I may.
I will end you. You're
right.
Quite gallery.
All right, so you continue walking. You continue
walking.
Yeah, sorry.
Rolling.
Down the river.
You continue down the river Styx, and
oh, this is so much fun.
You continue down the trip, and you notice that the boat is beginning to slow down, and you all recognize this part as the part where you disembark.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, all right. As you take steps through the fog, the dirt beneath you slowly becomes more firm, twisted, gnarled branches almost hit your heads, but you push them out of your way. Giant roots jut from the ground, threatening to snag your feet. You don't know what it is about these trees, but you get the strong feeling that you are not welcome here. The fog clears.
Can't wait to see this noise.
Oh, hello, Headless Horseman vibe.
Right? Good heavens.
Any second now, Ichabod Crane is going to pop out.
To do with this.
Any second now, the Headless Horseman's going to come out right now.
Even the untrained eye can feel these trees and plants have grown on a diet of hate and fear, and it outwardly manifests in sharp, crooked, almost violent-looking branches. Welcome to Maladomini.
I don't think I'm gonna like it here.
Yeah, I mean, hate and fear is nice, but I prefer a seasoning of mild, insane laughter. You know, it brings out the flavor.
Oh, you shut your
You're in the
bloody
peanut gallery, for the love of Pete.
All right, so you
Good
notice that you look around and you see a giant sign looming above you, like it's threatening you to not pass unless you read it. It says, "No one escapes punishment."
Jaron thinks back to the punishments of Wolf. Oh, please don't let this be like
Amber is actually shaking a bit.
So is Faye, especially when she remembers when Galasius said that what's his name would have motive for taking Jaminia.
Hatred. That just sounds so sad.
Thinking before we enter the Wicked Woods, we should set up.
I want to see if we can find the cursed merchant first. I still want to ask him if he has any idea about where Hana could possibly be.
All right. Well,
Hey, people miss me.
You look around, and it doesn't appear that he's anywhere near you.
Hana. We need to find some place where I can. I don't want to go any further into these woods without us having rested.
The longer we rest, though, the longer something bad might happen to Hana.
I know that. But we're the only ones who will bother to find her. And if something happens to us, who's going to save her?
Jalarim? Owen? Arkoth? Ivan?
I'd rather be well rested than go in without some backing.
Yeah. As important as Hannah's safety is, if we go in there unprepared, we might just end up in as bad a shape as she is. And I'd rather we be prepared to save her than fail trying because we weren't ready.
It would seem that we are deciding then.
What?
Sorry, the voice sounded great.
Yeah, his voice kind of sent a shiver down my spine.
I couldn't tell the difference. It's cold in my room.
No, it's cold in your room because of Owen.
Sure, why not?
To the computer.
Faye Thurin, if you please.
Josh?
You can't cast it?
Not on
not
this
on-
screen, I can't.
Oh, yes. Wait. Really? Thought I changed that. Oh, well. Alright. So, you cast the spell Mage's Magnificent Mansion. Alright, and the portal opens up in front of you. Do you all enter?
Mhm.
No, I cast the spell just to waste the spell slot.
Smile.
Hi, my name's Eliora. Have we met?
Alright, anywho. So, you all enter. So, you enter the mansion. It is pleasant to look at. It is very quiet, and the waiters and waitresses look at you expectantly.
It almost feels insulting to be in here right now.
I'm gonna go to a quick check up on Ravis.
Amber is just dragging her feet right now.
DM question. You said that Rose is still petrified, right?
No, she's not still petrified. She's just unconscious.
Oh, okay. Faye's gonna go check on Rose.
All right.
Lucid already beat you to it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's probably loudly serenading Rose with a love poem in Sylvan.
You're a terrible peanut gallery.
I know. Thank you.
Is there something you require, Jalarum?
I'm just checking up on him. Something I read in one of the books he gave. Checking to see if another spider showed up.
Curiosity.
All right, so you just you look at it. You lift up his sleeve, and sure enough, you do not see any changes to the number of spiders on his arm.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm gonna look. How many spiders does Ravis have at the moment?
3.
3. Okay, yeah. Just gonna look up what the 4th one means.
Thank goodness. Owen, can I ask you something?
Tell me what's on your mind.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
You did that on purpose.
He so did that on purpose.
I wasn't planning on it, but then Jalarum asked the question.
Owen, when do you intend on waking up Ravis?
There are a few different factors that I'm still waiting to see. I don't know the answer to that question until I understand those different factors. But believe you me, Jalarum, this is not the only plan I have in place.
Well, then let me ask you something. And I want you to be very stern with me about this. Do you have a death wish? Or are you that stupid?
Whoa!
I need to mute because otherwise I'm gonna scream.
Amber cuts herself off. Like she like covers her mouth. She's actually watching you guys so.
Faye is on her way to check up on Ravis too.
I imagine like she's on her way to check her with.
No, I'm like Amber's like the little kid
Wait,
peeking
what?
inside the doorway when she's not supposed to.
Okay,
So it's like,
guys.
Mom, Dad.
I'm asking a question. Do you have a death wish, or are you that stupid? Because putting Ravas into a magically induced coma is quite possibly the dumbest thing anyone here has done. And yes, that includes letting Levistus get slaughtered and me attacking the Ribcage Portal Keeper. Because of your actions, you put us at a disadvantage moving into Maladomini. We don't know where to go, nor what dangers lie ahead. Heck, we don't know the name of the Archdevil we're supposed to be looking for.
How often have you known me to act in a foolish matter, Jalaram?
This is clearly the first instance. I've seen it.
You are so certain that it must be the act of a foolish man.
I'm not saying... Look, regardless of your thoughts on Rafis, he is necessary to the group. Putting him in a coma is signing our death certificates as we get closer to the Spider Queen. Rafis isn't your enemy, and vice versa. If he did declare himself an enemy, I point to Rafis' arm. A white spider would have shown up on his arm, and you'd be dead. We need him, and he needs us. We need him awake. Ramos, this isn't... Owen, I'm not suggesting you wake him up, nor is it a request. This is an order.
Okay, Amber bursts in.
Oh boy.
You honestly think that I would tolerate this, Jalaram? Because if it weren't for Owen, I could guarantee you I've already would have killed this idiot by now, Ravis.
Amber, this does not concern you.
Oh, it concerns all of us. This elf is dangerous. I don't care what he knows.
Amber, wait. Jalaram's right.
If he wakes up, hello, have no fury about with me.
Jalaram raises his hand. When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
Bring it.
You're not going to do anything. I know you're not going to do anything. Because I know you're better than that.
We all do.
If anything, Owen just saved his life from a wraithless dragon. Wrath dragon, sorry. English, do I speak it? No. If anything, Owen saved his life from me. Can't guarantee he'll be able to do it again.
Jalam just stands there, blank staring at Amber.
You know what? You're all idiots. Ivan and Faye excluded. You're all idiots. Amber pushes Faye out of the way and stops back.
I yell down to the room. You know, that same thing about the white spider applies to you too. You may dislike his actions, you may disagree with his methods, but he's not your enemy.
Jalaram, I need a word with you.
Fine. I walk out of the room, but before I do, I said, "You know, Owen, I just figured it out. the difference between you and I. When I've done something stupid, I at least had the betterment of the group in mind. When you do something stupid, you only think of yourself. End scene!
And the gun!
Dang! Oh.
It's finally happening!
I can't! I'm like this close to just like getting out of here! I'm so scared!
I'm always really nervous going into the mansion because all y'all do is just yell at each other.
Okay, I want to say that. Okay, I'm going to give full disclosure here. Initially, I had chosen a spell I had chosen not this spell, but plane shift because of a promise I made to Doc. But the back of my head is like, no, we want mansion, we want mansion, we want mansion. I was psychic. That was pure psychic energy, I swear.
The mansion is always where we have our best roleplay sessions.
Apparently.
What about
I
ride
need
scene?
popcorn.
And
I need
you-
popcorn right now.
It's Anywho,
What the? Crap, it's in Rav's back. One sec.
I would be the first to hear it. You're not in the room anymore.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
forgot.
So that would mean that Owen would be the first to notice, and Owen would be the first to hold the orb.
All right.
Yeah, so let's leave that there.
yeah, Owen grab.
Okay.
So yes, Owen, you hear the orb.
I place it in my pack and leave it till later.
Oh, wow.
Denied.
He's gonna have to leave a message.
Your operator currently does not give a darn. Please leave a message at the sound of the beep.
Please leave a message at the sound of the pixie dust.
All right. So what's gonna happen next?
Faye does need to talk to Jalaram.
Okay.
Yeah, Amber's just trying to vent through her pillow without tearing it open.
I think she's overdue for a teddy bear session.
But Hannah's not here.
Shut up.
He actually said what I was thinking.
Shut up, both of you.
Anyway, Jalaram and Faye, go.
Uh-huh. Jalaram, this is not like you.
I had a lot of time to. Let's just say I had a lot of time to think on the boat ride.
You were just going to order him to pull Ravis out of the dream.
I expected him to have him awake by morning.
I did not. But I'm going to be honest with you, Jalaram. If you had not, I probably would have. But I would have done it differently. But I suppose what I have in mind is different from what you could do, so perhaps I'm comparing apples to oranges. All the same, attempting to force Owen to do something, especially when tensions are already high, he's quite openly admitted to giving into despair. I know that you want us to survive, and I want that too. I want us all to be able to return home safely. But there has to be a better way. This sort of thing... We were much more trusting of each other, much tighter knit back home, when we had everything actively chasing after us. What's happened to us, Jalarum? What's happened to everyone?
Hell changes people. And trust me, I could have said a lot. There's a lot more things I could have said to Owen. I could have actually said that I talked to Semula, but I didn't.
Yes. Instead, you tried to pretend as though we hadn't. I didn't understand why, but I followed after. But why not? Why hide that from everyone?
After seeing Owen, not actually seeing, but after noticing that Ravas was put under in a coma, physically handicapping us, going through hell, the guy who is willing to sign away his soul for to get to his main enemy. Heck, I volunteered to sign a contract because I felt bad.
Faye looks Jalarum in the eye. Is there any other reason? Is there something else that's motivating you besides just surviving? You don't normally act so strangely unless you're stressed out beyond description. And I know being in hell is a good explanation for that, but it feels like there's something more going on here.
Let's just say I was kind of comfortable being de facto leader, not actual leader. When Dominion was gone, I helped organize a council of nations to come together. But I knew it was only going to be temporary. When Ravas came in as basically our guide to get through hell, I knew it was only going to be temporary. But now, we don't have our main leader, we don't have our guide. Someone needs to step up. And it's not going to, and I know it's not going to be Owen. I could have said, for the record, I could have said something much worse about him.
What? Tell me.
I could have said that this group doesn't need someone who insists on being a one-man show. He already left of his own volition, and we don't need another one.
Faith goes silent. I see.
Wait, I blanked out. What did he say?
I
He
said...
literally just compared Owen to Cross.
Okay, carry on.
Exact word, we don't need a one-man show. He already left. We don't need another one.
Okay, shut it up.
Don't make me laugh right now, please.
Okay.
But I didn't. I decided to cut my losses. Especially when Amber came barreling in. Emotions on full blast.
Emotions. That's been the problem since we've come down here, hasn't it? It's been about how everybody's felt. And we are acting more on feeling. than thinking, aren't we?
Jalarum nods.
We acted on thinking back when we first met. We didn't know each other, we didn't trust each other, and we had no cause to. So it was all very calculated, very careful. Have we grown too comfortable with each other? Our party?
Jalarum holds Faetherin's hand. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
She gives him a half smile. But then she pulls her hand out of his.
He willingly lets go.
Perhaps in such a dangerous situation, it is a bad thing. We don't want to lose our hearts, but we haven't really been doing much to protect them. Look at what's happened to Rose.
Yeah, Jalarum nods in agreement. Maybe we just need to sleep this off.
I hope that's all we need. I'm so tired of feeling this way. And I'm so tired of everyone being so full of anger and pain. When you all brought my heart back from wherever I had locked it away, I thought it was a good thing. Now I almost miss those days of numbness. Simply so it didn't feel so bad.
Don't say that.
I can't help how I feel. And then she turns to walk away.
Jalarum watches her walk away and just hangs his head low. And then just walks into his room. Next!
Okay, if I could be self-indulgent for... If I could self-indulge or indigo-driven for just a second, I kind of feel that's what has been saying for day from one. You aren't thinking enough, you're just going on emotion.
Yes, and maybe Faye is now
Then again,
thinking a little harder about it.
Anyway.
Then again, Rob's is kind of the sample of the
You're going into your over analytical, over explaining mode.
Sorry.
All right.
Next.
Okay. So I think we shall move on to Owen, who has tucked in the scrying orb, and he's not willing to answer it. So, what shall you do this time?
I'm just following the chat, the Google chat there.
Well, Owen has returned to his room. And unless Amber and Ivan have something in mind...
All right, so we shall move on to Amber and Ivan. So, Amber has come in and she is screaming at the pillow, and then Ivan, you walk in afterwards, and you see her very, very upset. So, what's going on?
Oh, I wish I had a pillow. Oh wait, where's my pillow? Okay, you know what? I'll use pussy.
We're getting a little meta here.
There we go.
Ivan sits on the bed and rubs her back a little bit and just let it all out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Stop being so precious.
Oh.
That anger's not gonna go anywhere, so we might as well just let it out.
I beg to differ, Ivan. You know where we are, right?
Yes. And trust me, I took one look at that landscape and I'm already feeling unsettled.
And I feel like it's gonna affect me worse.
Well, if we've been able to make it through all the other layers together, I don't see how this one is going to be any different.
It doesn't help that a couple of our members are freaking idiots!
They're not idiots. Look, I'm not as comfortable with them having to try and wake up Ravis as much as you are, but if it gets to the point where we don't have much of a choice, we're just gonna have to swallow our pride and do it.
Swallow? You think I'm angry because of my pride?
All I know is if you lose your temper, this team's gonna turn into a gigantic mess. Even more of a mess than it already is.
Ravis is a threat to our party. I was gonna remove the threat. Owen dispensed that option by knocking him out instead. Owen did Ravis a favor and saved his pathetic life. And now Jalrim wants to wake him up. It's like he wants to start the whole cycle all over again.
Obviously, if Jalrim wants to do this, he has some sort of backup plan. What did I say about
idiot.
trust?
He doesn't have a plan, Ivan. None of them do. And if they do, they're not kind enough to share with the rest of the class. Owen is so ignorant and... I respect Owen so much, but I am so tired of him keeping things hidden all the time.
DM question, if Amber is yelling, can I roll a listen check to see if I can hear what she's yelling about?
Yes.
Okay. Almost.
Well,
Close enough!
I think you can hear word for word at this point.
Yeah, because you hear a little bit, through the walls, and you kind of press it to the wall so you can hear a little bit more. It's like, so as long as she is yelling, you can hear what she's saying.
Okay, so I heard the bit about I don't have a plan, and share with the rest of the class.
That was Owen doesn't have a plan, or Jalrim. No, I said Jalrim.
You said that about,
you said Owen was the
him
one
too.
with the secret, and Jalrim doesn't have the plan.
Yeah. Okay. Going over there. Jalrim doesn't know the stairwell from the floor. And Owen keeps everything hidden. All the time. I'm so angry, Ivan. And I don't know how much more I can take.
We're almost to the end. You have to hold on at least a little.
They're not being upfront with us.
I know they're not. You know how much I value trust in this group. I'm not comfortable with it either. But the second we lose our cool, the second that we throw some kind of attack, we're just going to end up like everybody else in these realms. Nothing but chaos. And I can't have that right now. I'm not asking you to stop being angry. I'm just asking you to hold it in for a little bit longer, all right? I can't force emotions out of you. As much as I would want to take every drop of anger and sadness out of you and throw it out into the cosmos, I can't do that.
Okay, we're gonna roll a strength check real quick.
Strength check?
For what?
All right.
Amber goes to the other bed and punches it as hard as she can.
Yep, she kind of punches it in half.
Oh.
Amber smash. I punch you.
You're asking me to keep it in. This wasn't even a fraction of what I'm feeling. It hurts, Ivan.
I know it hurts. I know it hurts. You know how much I'm hurting right now. I know how much you're hurting right now. But we can't lose our group. This is the only thing we have in these realms to look after us. And like I said, the second it falls apart, the second we are doomed.
If that's true, Ivan, then why aren't they making the effort? Why are they not trusting us? Why are they not being more upfront?
Maybe they need someone to point them in the right direction. I feel like tomorrow I need to have a talk with them.
Actually, in that moment, Amber's eyes widen.
If all this secrecy and all this distrust is just going to eat away at us behind the seams, we need to address the problem right now before it gets any worse, before you get any angrier, before Owen gets any more closed off, before Jalrum does something stupid, and before this whole operation falls apart. You break as much furniture in here as you want.
Can't. We'd have nothing to sleep on if I did.
I'll keep you warm tonight. And then he just gives Amber a big hug.
Hugs back. Insane.
Good grief. Everything is just spiking today.
Amber smash.
It's spiky. Hey, it's spiking and Amber has the punch.
No.
Alright, that's it. I'm gonna kill him.
You're gonna kill him in real life now.
Next.
Next.
Josh still there?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it Owen's turn or what?
Yes, it is.
I assume that everybody is going to sleep.
Indeed. And
Oh, actually,
everyone-
while that's going on, I'm going to reset my skill checks.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Amber and I would go back to the bed. That
Oh, yeah,
isn't
like
broken in
freaking-
half.
We go to the one bed she didn't smash.
Yeah, I got that. That is... Okay, yeah, I think I just had to fix my HP, that's all.
Lucky.
Alright, all good.
Alright, just making sure that everything's good.
Oh, excuse me.
You
That
killed
was a sound found in nature.
Apologies. Alright, deduct viewing.
Alright. You find yourself back in the Underdark, but in a very different area. Looking through this door, you see quite a couple bright lights coming, and you sit and you hear the mumbling of Ravis.
Out of character, should I be speaking or?
Yeah, the metal clanking of your armor gives away your position, Owen. Ravis turns and looks at you. Immediately, you're out of the dreamlike trance, and you recognize, and you become lucid.
Give me a second. I'm trying to find where I am on the map because I can't see myself. It's black screen for me. Yeah, it's black screen for me.
Okay, let me fix that. That better?
Thank you.
Ravis?
It is better. It is now my scrolling is my mouth is free. There we go.
Ravis, I've come to bargain.
I'm listening.
It is the same as it was before.
Then my answer will be the same as it was before. Is that all?
I suppose You stand here because you don't trust in me. And you have
Yes.
many reasons not to trust in me.
That is correct. As many reasons as you have not to trust in me.
And you seem to think that it's more important to stay here because you don't trust in me.
Owen, I'm well aware that no matter what I do, I'll be staying here. Even if I were to confide in you right now, you'd have no reason not to either keep me here or simply to kill me in my sleep. I'm not an idiot.
You first came with us because you had an understanding of a goal, a mission that needed to happen. And you were willing to give anything and everything of yourself to complete that mission. And yet here you stand now, suddenly saying, there is something more important to me than the mission. And I have difficulty understanding why.
Nice try. But you and I both know that this isn't about my mission. This is about yours. And you've already gotten what you need of me for your mission, haven't you? That's why I'm here.
I do have
There's
other plans in place that I believe will help me to get past the obstacle that you are refusing to help us on.
Oh, I am not refusing to help the party on that obstacle. I'm refusing to divulge the information solely to you.
I'm the only one capable of speaking to you, Ravis.
I'm aware. So once again, my answer will remain the same.
Whee! What a predicament!
We've got the two most stubborn iron walls you could ever imagine.
I
And a
want to
head-to-head
take Ravis's head and slam it into the floor
I
so
know,
badly
right?
right now.
No. I know that you and I will have a chance to speak again before we reach this obstacle.
I am aware.
I don't know what's going to happen to me after I do. If what I intend to have happen does, I may not be able to come back.
Even more reason not to confide in you.
I know you and I will have at least one more opportunity to talk, Ravis. I don't hate you. I don't think I ever have.
Owen, I believe the dragon hates me. I can believe that many others hate me. I've never suspected you of hating me, nor do I really hold a grudge against you for what you have done. It makes sense. It benefits your goals, and I can respect that. But it does mean you've established yourself as an enemy of mine.
You want me to accomplish my goals because you respect them, but you don't want to help me get the goals.
You misunderstand me. Your kind is baffling to me sometimes.
If you want me to get through the challenge without your help because you think I need the character growth, maybe that would be something I could understand.
And the audience.
I am not saying that I want you to achieve your goals because I respect them. I'm saying that I respect the fact that you are willing to betray me to achieve your goals. That is an admirable quality. But it does mean you have shown that not only are you only solely working, not only do your goals differ from mine, but you're also working independently from the rest of the group. I cannot trust that if I tell you anything, you won't simply act on your own initiative and disregard what is best for everyone else.
Dang it, he's got a point.
Don't you hate that?
I hate that. I really hate that.
So if I was to act in a way that helped the group, even at the cost of myself.
No. Sacrifice is easy. I would need to be shown that you're willing to work with the group, not acting under your own initiative, not doing things just because you've decided to do them and not speaking to anyone else. I might not know that group as well as you do, Owen, but I've seen enough to know that what you did to me, you didn't plan it with them, you simply acted because you felt like it. Much like I suppose you did with those nightmares, am I correct?
I didn't trust anyone then.
And it seems you still don't trust them. You didn't tell them what you were planning to do with Simula's orb until after you had given it back to me. And he rather looks down at himself. Well, we now know what you do to people you don't trust. So how can I be convinced you're not going to do the same to the other party members when they become too troublesome for you?
If that is the case, why was it so necessary for you to have a coin to get back to the 8th layer when you could have instead returned with us and then made your way back home?
Because I have no idea what the effects of Loth's death is going to have on my people, and I need to get back to them as soon as possible. And if you follow me back to Loth Nalor, well, outsiders aren't welcome in Drow lands. And I cannot pretend that right now I have the clout to be able to protect you if you did.
And for this reason, you felt it was necessary to have a coin saved specifically for you, rather than to help the whole group.
Actually, it was a request, not a demand. A preference, not a need. If the coin would be better served helping the group, then it should be used to better help the group. But if it can be spared, I asked that I could use it to get back home.
If I was asking you for something similar, Wavis, making a request to help the group, even if it was from initially seeming self-serving, as you asking for the coin, is that really so different?
In previous circumstances, perhaps not. In our current circumstances, things are obviously a little different.
You're still here. You're still healthy and well. You're
Only because I have something you want. I give that up. And you have no more use for me.
You still think that there is a reason.
Of course.
We wouldn't want you except to just get past Loth.
That was... No, you wanted me to help. You wanted me to help you get into hell. That was the bargain. I help you free your queen. You help me kill Loth. And I suppose now you believe that you do not need me to help you free your queen. To help to face Loth would be useful, but several of you didn't even want to fight Loth in the first place. You only did it because I asked. You only agreed to it because I asked.
That part is actually not true. I agreed to fight Loth because I had sought a divine answer. It was not because you said we should, but rather because Holy Damara said that it would be better for the world in the long run.
He is not mistaken. Though it appears I was.
So why is it that we don't have the same goal here?
Perhaps we do.
But you still don't wish to help me.
Owen, if I give you information, I have no guarantee you're not going to simply use it all on your own without consulting the rest of the party. If I'm going to help the party, I am going to help the party.
I am here because I owe a great deal to someone who showed me a different way of life. A different perspective that I've been struggling to understand for a long time. And someone that I too swore to save. She asked of us a great many things, more than a few of which that I was dumbfounded with. To this day, she frustrates me. And I still am going to stand and argue with her about what makes the most sense. But I do believe in who she is. And knowing full well of what she would want me to do. It's like I said before you came here, Ravis. It's not about me anymore. I don't have anything left to fight for on myself. There's nothing left that I can even hope to achieve in my own happiness. But there are others I care for. You still have to decide whether or not you can accept that.
My stance has been made clear. The information I have, I will divulge to the entire party, or not at all. Not through an intermediary. Especially not one that I can trust. Especially one that I cannot trust.
If that is your answer, I am
Good
sure
night,
that we
Owen.
will meet one more time. I do hope that you are at least in a place where you find purpose, Ravis.
I always am.
All right.